Hi, I'm Leigh-Chantelle from VivaLaVegan.net, and I'm here in Oregon as part of my US adventures at the Vegan Mini Mall. I'm here with Michelle and with Josh from Herbivore. Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
That's good. And Herbivore, you're part of the Vegan Mini Mall. Tell us about your store.
You go.
Well, we sell shirts that we make with animal rights slogans.
And these are some of them.
This is two of them.
You've got on.
And then we sell all our own designs, and then we sell belts, and we sell wallets, and lots of cookbooks, ethics books. We sell some art,
A few books behind us.
stickers, yeah. All animal rights related, all vegan, of course. Yeah, that's kind of what we do. And then we have an online store as well, where we sell the same stuff.
And online you can ship to anywhere around the world.
Including Australia.
Yeah, great. There you go. Check it out. And the shirts, you said you designed them. Who did both of you together, or have someone? Or
I do the design part of it, but we talk about the ideas a lot together. And then we have some friends that I think are really good artists that help us sometimes as well.
Cool. And lots of different colours. Got some purples and blues around here. And did you cut that off yourself?
I cut this myself. I wanted it to be a little bit fancier, not just like a regular t-shirt, so I just cut it off.
Exactly, which is easy to do.
Yep.
And what's your favourite shirt? Are these your favourite shirts you've got? Do you have one, or is that hard? I've got one of your Eat Like You Give a Damn shirts, the green one, like
that's
style.
the old school.
Yeah.
That's a popular.
So
I
that's
don't know which is my favorite, but it changes with what design. Like
whatever's newest.
Exactly. We're going to be doing a new one, and we just got this one last week, and so it's really awesome.
And yeah, so where do you get all your stuff from, all your other, like the bags and belts and that?
We buy some stuff from local artists. Some things are handmade. A lot of things we just buy from bigger companies that don't use animal products, obviously. Like we sell these really great wallets and bags and belts that are made out of recycled bicycle inner tubes,
cool.
and that's a San Diego company. We get belts from this company called the Vegan Collection in California. So it just depends. Like handmade bags from a gal in Seattle, and then obviously books from just a million different places. Yeah,
that's great.
So,
and how long have you been open here, this store?
We have been open in this location. It'll be 3 years this coming November. And before we were open here, we had a store in Northeast Portland. It was very small, but then we all decided to come together and be in one location
as the Vegan
Mini Mall.
Yeah. So there's 4 different stores in the Vegan Mini Mall.
But we've been in business since 2002.
Okay.
So.
And did you start out as an online store and then? Yeah.
Exactly.
That's probably the way to go for a lot of people, isn't it? You don't need to pay rent and overheads and that.
It's a lot easier, and just we grew very small. We started with 2 shirts, 2 designs, and we're now on like our 37th design.
Oh wow!
It'll be 37, the new one that we're going to have coming out next week. So.
And what about all the materials you use? What sort of material do you use for your shirt?
Most of what we buy is from American Apparel, which is based in Los Angeles. It's not a sweatshop, and they have great styles and good colors, and they are, able to fulfill orders, and, it's not shipped 5,000 miles across the ocean, that kind of thing. Because obviously those sorts of impacts are important to us as well. We are looking into some other brands, and we've bought from other companies in the past, but on the whole, we go with them because it's, they're 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And so you're both vegans. Josh, why did you become a vegan?
Why did I become vegan?
Or what made you decide?
It was my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came into my life, and he was about 9 weeks old, and he was a handful all the way through his entire 14 years.
He was a very bad dog.
He was a very, very bad dog. He took a lot of energy, and when he came into my life, I was not terribly responsible, and I had to change a lot of things to take care of him because I always had to go home, and I had to have a job, and I had to do things that provided for him, and it was difficult, but it was important, and I had to do it. And so at some point I was hanging out with him, and I was eating a chicken sandwich, and I was thinking about how hard it was to raise this dog, but I cared so much about him, but I didn't care at all about this chicken. And I thought about it for not very long, and I had to go vegetarian because it just didn't make any sense. And then about a year and a half later, veganism just seemed like a very logical extension of it. So.
And how long ago was that?
11 years.
Yeah, cool.
Something like that.
And what about you, Michelle?
Well, I met him 2 weeks after he went vegan.
Oh, wow.
And so
it's not a good way to start a relationship.
No, were you vegan at the time?
No, I was not.
Yeah.
And he never like pressured me or anything. And but eventually, like, I read Diet for a New America, and
Is that John Rowan?
yeah. And you know, how can you read that book and not? I went vegetarian, and then it was a couple of years after that I finally gave up cheese because, you know, whatever, I had to hold on to something.
A lot of people are addicted to that, aren't they? Yeah.
I was, but you know, then I was like, this is so silly. Why am I still eating cheese? I know I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
Cool. And how long ago was that?
Like 8 years ago?
Yeah.
8 or 9 years ago.
Cool. That's great. And you have a child?
We do. We have 5-year-old Ruby,
And she's
and
vegan?
she's been vegan her whole life.
Yeah, that's good.
In utero, the whole thing. She's a little activist completely. She'll tell you that you shouldn't eat that, it hurts the animals. And
Good on her.
she
Start
definitely has her own voice. But yeah, she's, you know, happy and healthy and super compassionate, and is, I think, a great face of, you know, how easy it can be to have a vegan child, and how it's really good for them. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Do you get much feedback from other people, negative feedback about them being vegan? Or?
We do not get any negative feedback. I don't think I've ever. People are always.
Your family is supportive?
I mean, you know, they think that she's deprived because she's not going to have a banana split at Baskin Robbins or whatever, but they are supportive, and they would never feed her, you know, any animal product.
That would be the worst. Wouldn't
That would be. Yeah, I mean, and they would not do that. But on the whole, the reactions that we get are from parents of her friends who thank us for the fact that knowing us has made them more aware about their choices, and that they eat less meat, and that makes them feel better. And you know, they're amazed that she has this great appetite, and she eats such a variety of foods, and she, you know, isn't picky like a lot of kids are. You know, that's child to child, whatever. It's going to always vary, but people are, I think, impressed by her, which is a good thing for veganism.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's hard to be negative, or it's hard to be skeptical about the benefits of veganism on a child when there's a really healthy, happy, articulate.
Yeah, when you can see it in front of you, you can't really.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sit there and go, look at this unhealthy kid, when
Yeah.
she's absolutely not. You know, so.
That's great, and that's really great for you guys too to show. You know, bringing someone lovely into the world. And what's your website for Herbivore? If people want to have a look at your stuff, tell us the website.
Herbivoreclothing.com. Herbivore like a dinosaur, like a plant eater, and it's Herbivore Clothing, all one word.
Cool.
.com.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you so much, Michelle and Josh, for taking the time out to speak to us today. And keep up the great work with all your goods. And have a look at herbivoreclothing.com and see vivalavegan.net for more interviews. Thank you.
Thanks.